my book is coming out tomorrow, and I can't believe that my book is coming out tomorrow, and it just completely, totally crept up on me, and my book is coming out tomorrow, so I'm so excited to film this video and just gush all about this book. Buckle in, because we're gonna do a lot of gushing. By the time you're seeing this, my book will have already been released into the world, and I'm so excited to finally announce that They Whisper is up for sale. It's up for sale. I can't believe it's up for sale. There's gonna be a lot of gushing in this video. I'm really excited to film this video. I haven't been able to stop smiling since I actually pressed record on this video. And yeah, I am so excited. I can't believe that They Whisper is up for sale. I've been working on this book now since July of last year, but have been really working on this book since mid-January. And it was just such a mad dash to the finish line that when I sent it off to ARC readers, like, it felt momentous, but it felt like I still had so many little things that needed to be done to the book, so it didn't really feel done. But now that reviews have started coming in and I've been getting feedback on it and real readers have been actually reading it, okay, yeah. It feels good. It feels good, guys. For those of you who are new to my channel, hi, welcome. This is probably a very weird video to be finding my channel through, but my name is Fraise, and I'm an award-winning young adult author who makes videos on this channel sharing the actionable writing tips that helped me make my own writing better. I published my debut dystopian novel, Imperfect, while I was in high school, so I have a lot of videos on this channel sharing the experience that I had being a teen author and my advice to other teen authors. And I'm also the author of young adult supernatural thriller They Stay, which is the first book in a series, as well as the author of the second book in that series, They Whisper, which comes out today! This release date really snuck up on me. When I published They Stay, I finished the book in April and I published it in October, so I had months to prepare for ultimately releasing that book, and I did everything super thoughtfully. I had all of these tours booked. I did all of my promotion really steadily. So by the time release day hit, it was a big splash, and I was super happy with all the attention that They Stay got on release day. But with this book, I ran into a couple of things that put a bit of a damper on my promotional plans, like some of the book tours that I had booked fell through, and some of the social media stuff also fell through, and then I also had a bit of a family crisis the past 2 weeks, so that took my attention away from some of the promotional stuff, so it just felt like I blinked after sending this book to my ARC team, and now all of a sudden it's release day. But that being said, I'm really happy and calm and confident and proud of this book and excited to release it out into the world. So yeah, it's a weird mix of different feelings, but all in all, I'm very happy with the fact that it's going out there, and then I can, plan some promotion for later on down the line. This book was also an entire process to write. I've made a couple of videos talking about the things that I learned from writing a sequel, one of which I published last week, and the next one I'll probably publish next week or something. So I don't really want to go into the process too much here. But writing a sequel is really hard, and I started writing it in July, and I wrote a full draft, and then I realized that there were issues with it, so I redid the draft, and I sent it to beta readers, and I realized there were more issues with the draft than I'd ever thought before, and I had to go back to the drawing board, and I think I fixed all the issues. I mean, I know I fixed all the issues because I'm really happy with the book now, and had to map out where my series was going, and, all that jazz, but I am very happy with how the book turned out. Usually when I film YouTube videos, I have some sort of bullet point outline where I can actually structure my YouTube videos, and I put a little thought into what I'm gonna say before I say it. This one I'm just totally riffing. I just wanted to make a short video announcing the fact that this book is out there. And for those of you who read my first book, They Stay, I just want to tell you that because it ends on a cliffhanger, the next one is already out there, so if you want to find out what happens to character who shall not be named, I cover it in chapters 2 and 3 of They Whisper, so you can go head over to Amazon and find the book pages. Everything is in the description of this video. I also can read the blurb to you, which I will do right now. The blurb for They Whisper is, "She used the other world to do what she had to do. Now this high school hero has another chance to save the day or watch her loved ones perish." Shiloh Olsen is still picking up the pieces. After using lethal force to dispatch a supernatural foe, the teen is plagued by nightmares and confusing feelings. And now she's horrified to learn that the police want her for murder. Buried under a mountain of post-traumatic stress and puzzling clues, Shiloh and her buddies sidestep the cops while hunting for the truth. And she discovers that not only has an old nemesis returned to haunt their town, but he has a catastrophic new plan to unleash terror. Can this teenage ghost hunter stop a horrifying invasion before it destroys everyone she loves?
I just love that.
I've already gotten a couple of reviews in from my ARC team, and I'm so happy with what the feedback I've been getting is. I am so happy that this book is being received so well by my ARC team. People are saying that it's darker than they stay. The characters get developed in really interesting ways. The pacing is a lot tighter. It's a lot faster than They Stay was. And I'm just really happy with the fact that I was able to find a way to continue the series while maintaining the kind of creepy factor of book 1, but also developing it in ways that are maybe unexpected and creepy. I would also be remiss if I didn't talk at all about book 3. So book 3 of this series is going to be called They Return. The title just came to me. I don't know why. Usually it takes me a lot longer to figure out the title, but I already know what the main conflict of this book is going to be, so They Return kind of fit perfectly, and those who have read They Whisper may have some ideas of what is going to happen in book 3 with this title in mind. So I've not actually started writing They Return yet. I have started outlining it, so I have a plot grid. I have a very basic plot grid, and I don't have the ending quite yet in the plot grid. I have like some paragraphs describing how I want the ending to be, but for whatever reason I was just feeling super scatterbrained and I didn't put the ending in the plot grid, and I'm trying something new this time around. My editor offered to read my outline for the draft before I even write it, so we can talk about the plot a little bit before I start putting pen to paper. And that's the first time that we've ever done this, so what I'm doing now is writing kind of a detailed paragraph outline, like, 3 or 4 paragraphs per chapter, where I get really in depth about what happens in the chapter, what the conflicts are, and telling the story as if I'm just telling it, like writing down exactly what happens in summary format. It's really long. Right now I think it's like 5,000 words and I'm already at only on chapter 10. So it's gonna be a really long outline. But I'm gonna trim it down before sending it to my editor, and then hopefully when my editor reads it, he'll be able to give me some comments that will help me maybe skip a step that I would have otherwise had to go through between draft 1 and draft 2 as I'm working out some issues with the plot. So that's where I am now. So I've gotten up to about chapter 10. I'm writing those long paragraph synopses and sticking kind of mostly to my plot grid. But as I'm writing it out in detail, I'm noticing things that I didn't notice when I just write down 3 sentences in the plot grid. Like conflicts that don't make sense, tensions that don't make sense, things my characters do that don't really feel in line for the character, opportunities that I didn't see when just writing the couple sentences in the plot grid. So that's also kind of developing it a little bit. I'm trying to spend a little bit more time thinking about this book before I start writing, because I'm hoping that that might be able to save me some time, and then I can get the book ready by October, because I know there are a large contingent of people who are excited to read it, so I want to deliver it as soon as possible. But I also want the 3rd book to be good, so I don't want to rush it. So if that means that I have to wait until January in order to publish something I'm really proud of, then I'll wait until January. But I'm still experimenting with my process and figuring out what works best for me. So I'm just doing a bit of an experiment and seeing if this longer stage of thinking, because I get so excited to write when I start coming up with a new idea, but I'm forcing myself not to and instead focusing on writing this long outline to see if that could make things a little faster for me in the future. I say this all the time on my channel, that writing is a super organic process, and it's still an organic process for me, and I'm experimenting and learning and growing and trying to improve my process at every chance I get. And then, I'll share with you if this ends up working for me, if this longer outlining stage ends up being better, I will tell you. But even if it doesn't end up being better, I will tell you. And then maybe if you find yourself, if you're listening to me and you're like, oh, that kind of sounds like how I write, maybe then you'll know that that is something for you to try or not to try. That's what we're here for. That's how you grow as a writer. So yeah, okay, that's it. That's this video. They Whisper is released. It is out. They Return is coming. It'll be in fall 2022 or spring 2023. If you want to go read They Whisper, all of the links are in the description of this video. I am so grateful for every single one of you who watches my videos. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for leaving me kind comments. I read all of them, even though I'm terrible at replying to them, just like I'm terrible at replying to texts. I'm working on it. We're getting better. Thank you all for supporting the channel from the bottom of my heart. I hope you all have a fantastic week, and as always, happy writing.